Today we'll be talking about solar energy and its pros and cons. In a few words, solar energy is energy from the sun. It is the most abundant energy source on Earth. Solar power can be captured and used in several different ways. Its most common uses include generating electrical or thermal energy to power houses and businesses. It is a renewable energy source, consequently also essential to our future in clean energy. What's the issue? It is a known fact that Earth has been facing environmental pollution for years, but solar energy can help with this. Environmental pollution has become an issue due to vehicle pollution, fossil fuel emissions, deforestation, water pollution, radiation, and electromagnetic radiation. Solar power can reduce and even eliminate the release of dangerous pollutants into the atmosphere, such as carbon dioxide and methane. The use of solar power will be successful in reducing waterway pollution and toxification. Since solar power is clean energy, it does not produce hazardous waste, reducing the amount of toxins dumped into landfills, abandoned mines, and poisonous pools. There are many ways to harness energy from the sun. The two main ways are called photovoltaics and solar thermal capture. Photovoltaics is the direct conversion of light into atomic electricity. It is much more common for smaller scale electricity projects, such as residential solar panel installations. Solar thermal capture is the process of collecting and concentrating sunlight to produce the high temperature heat needed to generate electricity, and is typically only used for electricity production and on massive scales in utility solar installations. Solar energy is one of the fastest growing and cheapest energy sources in the world, and will only spread even more in the coming years. With the improvement of solar technology, its economic benefits become more significant, which is a further pro on top of the existing environmental benefits it offers. In terms of waves and energy, solar panels work by converting solar energy into a direct current, which is then converted into an alternating current. There are various wavelengths within solar energy, but not all of this electromagnetic energy reaches Earth. In fact, half of the energy is reflected back into space. The incoming radiation reacts with air molecules, disrupting the light and causing much of the energy to get absorbed. Any light that gets past reflection or absorption is the sunshine we know. Solar panels capture this remaining sunshine and convert it into clean energy with varying types of semiconductor materials. Solar cells use the visual light spectrum to generate energy. Varying wavelengths of solar radiation strike the solar cells with energy to create an electric current. Here is a diagram of how solar energy works, starting with sunlight hitting the solar panels, which then transform this sunlight into a direct current. And when the direct current it reaches the inverter, which transforms the direct current into an alternating current. And from here it can go two ways, either to home consumption, and after home consumption and there is extra current, it can be sold back to the energy grid. For and against. Solar energy has many benefits, but some people have their inhibitions regarding this clean energy source. Pros. Solar energy reduces your carbon footprint and saves money on your electricity bills. You receive federal assistance on solar panels, and it generates electricity almost anywhere on Earth. It also lessens the strain on the electric grid, and you can sell back your excess solar energy. Some cons. Electricity generated by solar energy is too expensive. Renewable energy is unreliable, and some places are not sunny enough. Solar energy is for wealthy countries. The first con that I'll be addressing is energy generated by solar energy is too expensive. Although this is one of the most common arguments made against solar energy, it is outdated. According to an International Renewable Energy Agency, IRENA, report, the cost of solar electricity has fallen by 82% since 2010, and this trend will only continue as time goes on. In many parts of the world, solar energy has actually become the most competitive source of energy, to the point it has beaten fossil fuels and even nuclear energy. The next one is renewable energy is unreliable. It is true that the sun does not shine at night, and sometimes not even during the day. Many energy storage technologies are currently being developed to combat this issue. Full development of this type of solution is critical for a full environmental transition. Some examples of what has already been developed include hydrogen lithium batteries, compressed air, and pumped storage power plants. Other non-storage solutions include recycled ceramic bricks. The cost of storage must be incorporated into the ending price of solar electricity, but the process in itself ensures the field will remain competitive. The third is some places are not sunny enough. Places not sunny enough to offer solar energy as a reusable energy option may have other resources, such as wind, waterways, waves, and geothermal energy. Solar energy is not a silver bullet and must be used alongside other energy sources as well. There is no automatic magical solution to any issue, especially something as significant as environmental pollution. The fourth and last is solar energy is for wealthy countries. Solar energy is actually the cheapest way to generate electricity and is accessible to even the most isolated, disadvantaged areas. In other words, it is decentralized. In fact, many countries are becoming poorer and poorer as they try to spend their money on gas and oil, even though they cannot afford to install the high voltage power lines needed for these methods. Therefore, solar energy is the only way to prompt both economic growth and social stability. The main source of information I used for research was Britannica's article on solar energy. Thank you for watching.